Welcome to your Photoshop lesson. To start off with, you need to open Photoshop up. If you're in the quick mode, make sure you're in the expert mode. You should have copied your Mac folder, and inside there you'll see 3 files. You're going to drag those files into Photoshop, as you can see, and you will then be able to click in between the 3 images. We're going to start off with the lipstick image, and you are going to get rid of the white background. To start off with, we need to unlock this layer so we can actually edit the background and remove it. We are going to use the magic wand tool, so you need to make sure that you click on the magic wand tool, and you're going to select the white area. What the magic wand tool does is it selects all the white in the background, or whatever colour the background is, and then you press delete. And as you can see, it didn't select the grey bits, so you can individually select those and then delete them. But you might find that there are some little bits that you can't delete, and you might have to zoom in. So you can use the Control and Plus key to zoom in, and you can delete the grey bits. If that fails, or if you feel like you're not getting that done, and if it's still selected or bits are selected, you can press escape to get rid of that selection. So as you can see, I'm trying to use a rubber, but it's not working because I'm selected on that specific bit. So I'm going to use a rubber tool to sort of look at the other bits that are grey and rub those out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and zoom out of this picture by pressing the Control and minus key, and I am going to then just select the lipstick. So let's try and zoom out of it a little bit. There we are, and I'm going to use the marquee tool, and I'm going to select the lipstick. And as you can see, I've sort of went a little bit to the side, but you can use the arrow keys to sort of make it where you want. Then I'm going to do edit and copy. I can't actually copy it because I actually haven't selected the layer. Now I have, so I should be able to do that. So I'm going to edit and copy, or Control and C. I'm going to go on to my background image and edit and paste, or Control and V. Use the move tool to move it in the correct place that I want it. And as you can see, it's at the top. So if I move the layers, you can see that now the lipstick has disappeared because it's at the bottom, but we want it at the top because we want to see it. I'm going to also use the move tool to sort of angle it and move it back into position, so I want it in the corner. I'm doing this really quickly. You can place it where you want, and you're gonna take some more time trying to get this done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you another way of selecting information. So instead of using the magic wand tool, I'm going to use the selection tool. And then what that does is it lets you select a certain area. Now if you go out of that area for whatever reason, at the bottom you've got add and subtract. So you can subtract the bits that you don't want anymore, which is really cool, which wasn't in Adobe Photoshop Elements 4. And then again, you are going to right click and feather that because we don't want a harsh edge. So I've got it on 5 pixels, that should be fine. Edit and copy, and we're going to paste that back into our background picture. Now what we're going to do again is move that where we want, and we are now going to add some text. So you're going to click on the text tool, and you are going to write, I'm just going to write Mac Christmas Specials. And what I'm going to do is show you how you can move that, change the font size and the colour at the bottom. So you can highlight that again and change the font. I'm just going to choose any font, but obviously you're going to think carefully about the kind of fonts you're going to use and which one will be suitable for your audience. But I'm just really quickly showing you the things that you can do. What I'm going to do now is add an effect to the text. I'm just going to add a little bevel, and there's a little drop down box. You can click on that drop down box and choose. Once I've added that effect, if I click on FX, it opens up a whole range of other effects I can now add to that text. So I'm just going to mess around with these, so it will take you time to mess around with them and figure out which ones are suitable, which ones are not. And I'm just going to change the colour so you can sort of see what's going on. And obviously that doesn't look very good. And now you can add a drop shadow, you can change the angle of the lighting and so forth, and the size of the bevel as well. So there's lots of things that you can do once you've added an effect to it. You can actually remove the effect by unticking some of the ones that you don't like, and then once you're happy with all of that, you press OK. Now what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how you can really quickly and effectively change the colour of something by something called masking. So I'm going to use the Smart Brush tool, and as you can see it's sort of already changed the colour and it's sort of got a gradient fill, so I'm going to change that by just choosing one of these options over here, and you can see the colour changing. Now if I wanted a more drastic effect, I will try and change the colour again, and you can see how it's changing over there. So once you're happy with the colour that you want, you press OK. And then I'm going to show you one more thing, which is the Smudge Tool. And what that does is it just smudges out some of them. It's not working because I'm not on the right layer, so I'm going to click on the right layer and I'm just going to smudge out the lipstick a bit. I don't know what kind of effect you might want to have on your poster, but I'm just trying to show you all the things that you can potentially do to add some sort of effects to it, or I don't know how you want to do it. You might want to make it like a cartoony sort of poster. You decide what you want to do. And again, I'm trying to change the colour to make it sort of match with everything else in the nail polish. Right, to the nail polish, I'm going to show you some other effects. You can also, again, change the colour by doing the selection tool, the Smart Brush tool, sorry, and make sure that both of those are the same colour. And also what I'm going to show you now is the fact that you can actually add other effects. So I'm going to maybe add some filters onto that, and you can drag the filters onto the image. As you can see, I've dragged it onto the wrong image, so I'm going to go back to my layers and choose the correct image to add my filter on, and go back to effects and then try and drag the filter onto that image. Obviously that one doesn't look very good, so I'm going to try a different one, and try and so there's lots of options there, so you can just have a little look through. So I haven't actually personally messed around with all of them myself. And then some of them give you the option of actually manipulating the image yourself, and once you're happy with it you can press OK. Again, I don't think that's the best type of manipulation you can do, but again, you can try it. You can also add filters, so I'm just going to add another filter. Let's see which one I want to add. I think I will add liquify, and then again you can drag bits out that I want to, or drag bits in, and so forth. So again, there's lots and lots of tools there for you to mess around with. And again, I'd like you to sort of keep a diary of all the tools that you're using, so you know when you actually come to do your real Christmas photography, you will know exactly what sort of tools you want to use and which tools you don't want to use. So have a go and enjoy.